Hello and welcome to another episode of the Tejano Traveler. I'm your host Wally, and today we are on the Texas Tropical Trail. Heading south into the valley, we encounter San Ygnacio, Texas. This small, tiny little town in the middle of nowhere, it seems, was actually been pretty important historically. It's got a lot of restored buildings and some buildings that are being rebuilt, but it's also a place where you get to see some of the early Tejano history, a lot of the early Republic of the Rio Grande history, a lot of Texas history as it was being populated by the Spaniards who were coming over. So it's got a lot of history behind all of that. You come here, you'll notice all these buildings. They're all in the same type of architecture, made out of the same stone and everything. This is what's called the San Ygnacio Historical Center. And there's the stones that they would use back then to build those houses. But the town dates back to about the 1830s, and we have the famous Trevino Uribe Ranch that was here. With its thick walls, it doubled as a fortress and as a home. When the Comanches would come and raid, everyone would run to the Trevino Uribe Ranch and hide behind its thick walls and try to survive the raid. So some people would call it Fort Trevino Uribe, or Fort Trevino, or Fort Uribe, depending on who was owning it at the time. But it's on the National Register of Historic Places, so it's a pretty cool place to come and visit. They're open on weekends, and they have like special events there, and you can get to read some of the history. But I was there during the weekday, so I didn't get a chance to go inside. But it makes me want to because it looks like it has a pretty interesting history. And it was actually a place where the Oblates, which is a Catholic order of priests who would actually go to all the different little ranches and communities in the South Texas and do all their um, church functions for them. So it's pretty cool that they still have the church there. And it used to be a very Mexican town, so that's why they still have a Mexican style plaza there with those chairs that surround it. Look at those concrete chairs. So it's a pretty historic place. You should definitely check it out. It was actually saved from destruction when they built Falcon Dam. It was slated to be destroyed, but they were able to sort of divert some of the waters to where the city itself was saved. Getting there, you can also find the San Jose de los Corralitos, which was part of the Camino Real de los Tejas. This Camino Real went from Mexico City all the way to Louisiana. Um, it was one of the two main Camino Reales that existed. One goes through El Paso and continues up north, and then this one split right through Texas, going up to San Antonio, Austin, and then started heading east over to Louisiana. So you come here, you get to see where the river crossing used to be, get to see the Rio Grande in all its glory and everything. Once again, you get to see just how majestic this river is. It's a beautiful river. The more and more I look at it during this trip, the more and more I get to really appreciate it. Also, there's a saguaro here in South Texas. That's just weird. I think it's the only saguaro east of where the saguaros are in Arizona. Let me know if I'm right. Anyways, thanks for watching. And don't forget to like and leave a comment.